Thanks very much, Mike, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Could I start by just acknowledging last night's dinner? I think if there was an index for Ministerial Council dinners, the Japanese hosted dinner last night would be at the top of the index. So I think I speak for everyone. It was a wonderful night. Delighted to be part of this launch, and I do endorse all the comments that Mike Froman has just made. In Australia, we are very strong supporters of this index. We do consider it quite a powerful tool for both increasing transparency of regulations and the capacity, as Mike was saying, for that to influence negotiations and government pressure, but it also will provide and inform our businesses who are looking to do and identify opportunities in overseas markets. I think it's true to say that once you get transparency in these regulations, you do put a great discipline on governments, a lot of pressure on governments. Governments can hide behind a lot of practices that have been in place for a long, long time. And many times we all become accustomed to the restrictions on services. You start to assume that that's the way it is. And you don't think about whether it could be different. And are there benefits? Are we overdoing it? What are the benefits of removing some or all of these restrictions? Now, the thing about the index, it will shine a light on how all of our countries compare with others. And we might think we're going well in lots of areas, and we might be, but then the index will help identify things that, again, we had overlooked as a country. So I think it's an excellent tool, and it really will, I think, help develop quickly the significance of the uptake of or removal of regulations in services. As Mike said, it is where the jobs are. In fact, in Australia, 4 out of every 5 jobs are in the services sector. It is a predominant sector of especially all the developed world, but increasingly of the developing world. And as the developing world develops, there is a great urgency, often which is not understood, again in the developing world, as it is not sometimes in the developed world, about the benefits of moving quickly to a service-based economy, because that's where the jobs are. And, you know, in many parts of the developing world, there are serious numbers of population and young people who are looking for opportunities. And the quicker they get to a service-based economy, the quicker they will be able to satisfy those ambitions and the quality of life ambitions that legitimately every person on this earth should have. We look forward to this index being extended to further sectors, and in particular to education services, which I think, again, are central to accelerating and supporting the rapid growth we're starting to see in many developing countries. We also look forward to being extended to more economies. From our selfish point of view, perhaps, for the ASEAN countries would be a great contributor. They are a real growing force certainly in our region, but in the world. And you get countries like Indonesia, which within 10 years will have a GDP bigger than Germany. A sort of not fully recognised fact of what's happening in that part of the world. So the extension of this index to some of these sorts of countries will greatly accelerate those opportunities. I'm certain that businesses in Australia and elsewhere will find it an extremely valuable tool. Again, I congratulate everyone involved, the OECD. It's another one of their highly relevant pieces of armoury, if you like, that has been provided to us. And the thing that struck me over the last couple of days, as I've read lots of the literature, it's not just, you know, theoretically strong, but it is also immensely usable for politicians like ourselves. It gives the work that being done out of this place is, I think, to be greatly commended, and this is another great example of it. Thank you.